Right. Like in front of us.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. I'm slow.
That's not good.
Oh, and hello, Jen. I saw your earlier saying hi. And hello, John Kretsch. I'm doing very good. And how are you doing this morning? At least morning for me out here in California. I got hit by it, but no apparent damage.
Crap.
Oh, where'd you get shot from?
Oh.
Directly in front, at least that's where I'm being shot from. Oh. They got my barrel.
Hello.
I had to hit my barrel. Hello.
Oh, this is awkward.
How you doing, Jen?
I'm doing pretty well. Do you mind
Good.
if I join?
Sure. You can join.
Also, oh, never mind. I was kind of getting worried because the live stream said it was, well, live, but it wasn't, well, it said it was waiting for you, so... yeah.
Good. Yes, I see you over there. Seems like today the Germans are Russians. Oh, and they got me. And hey, ZZ. Oh,
Hey,
okay,
GG.
it's Johnny Drench. Good to know. Different name. Try to keep track. I won't. I'll try, but I won't. Won't be able to.
Huzzah. AB down.
think we have them routed. Or we'll be able to do bad shortly here. I have no confidence in my team.
Bullshit. Shouldn't call the Hetzer a little shit. Hetzer is a nice vehicle. Bit low velocity on the gun, but it's nice.
There it is. Where are you? Right. Okay. Why are you peeking, Tiger? You died. The Hetzer's winning because, or the PT is still alive because I keep getting some multi-shot. These British guns. I don't think we've outed them.
Mm. £17-pounder might just be one of the single best weapons in the game.
It has great penetration, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's the after pen effects that I worry about, but
It just means you
hey, Sing.
shoot strategically.
Hey, Sing. How are you?
Is all, you know. Yeah, we won this.
Here's a question. Does anyone know what to do with 4 Sky Guardian chests, 1 La Royale chest, and 1 Drone Age chest?
Either you buy the keys on the Gaijin market for way more than what you get from the chest is worth, or you just let them sit in your inventory.
Yeah, don't gamble for that. If you want the items in the chest, because they'll show you what the possible things that you can win. You just go and you buy them on the marketplace, which will normally be cheaper than gambling, even if you actually get the item in the gambling.
Oh, okay.
So unless you have a gambling fetish or desire to lose money or whatever. Okay, can you match the Allies, British or Americans at all, Jen? I don't know.
I have... What BR do you want to play at?
Right now we're at 4-7. If you could sort of get somewhat near that. British or American?
That seems like an... Oh no, that's a 5.0. That's M6A1.
I'm just gonna play at a 3.7 because that's my highest one.
Hey, more
Right.
points for you if you kill something.
We can lower down to Allies 3.7. I can run my
No, we don't have to. We don't have to. We'll be changing up. We'll be changing up anyways in a match or two. So let's just stay here.
It's more points for him if you kill something now. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he plays cautiously too. So I'm keeping
you
that
have to
in
use
mind.
gamer as armor.
So
I play in a way that I would expect heavy tanks to be used. But the only heavy tank that I have in the American tech tree is the M6A1, and that is,
5.0.
well,
yeah.
yeah.
I like it.
It
It's a good
doesn't
tank.
have all that much
Everything
armor.
froze.
There's a ton of 50 cals. Could even be used as AA.
Now the Ram, that's a good tank. The one in the
All right. Okay.
American
So if you want to
kit.
remove your M6 from that lineup and can you say hi to all of your friends? Yes, Sing says hi to everyone here. So hello everyone.
By
Sing says hi.
saying,
They sing. How's the restaurants going?
Jen, are you there still? Or did we lose him?
Jen? Well, should be here.
Yeah, he should be, but I don't know. Jen? He's turned his mic off, I
Jen?
see. I don't know. Jen? Hello?
give it a minute.
I know.
Say, gamer.
Yeah.
You've played the Churchill NA75 a bit, right?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
other
like,
than the idea of explosive filler in the shots, I don't understand why it exists.
right. Yeah, because I'm like, fucking the Churchill 3 has like what? Yeah, like almost 30 mils more pen watt on the good rounds. Yeah.
Right.
And the 7 is
Jen's back. Good.
well about the same amount of pen, but with more armor, isn't it? So I'm kind of like, I just don't bother getting it.
Look,
One-
I understand with Gaijin that they're looking at, War Thunder, I don't know, 10, 20 years from now. So if they were to give us everything now, what would we have to work towards, as years come along? But there is so many interesting, and yeah, I'm not saying that it's going to necessarily like fill some gap that is, currently in the game. But there's so many like interesting German vehicles from World War II that they could stick in there that they haven't. And even not, like simple things like the Martyr 2, that was very common, and not just, something obscure like some, one of the Lorraine tractors with a Pack 40 on it or something, that they made 20 of or some sort of thing.
I'd like the Werbel T-34. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Now, I think that's again a one-off, and I would only really approve of that as a an event vehicle of some sort.
Yeah, I mean that's what it would, because it wouldn't be useful in any way over, I would say, a regular Werbel, but it'd just be nifty to have. And yeah, also like 1-2 off it was like some Narva pocket shit. But
yeah.
It's just a cool
No, it'd be
thing.
cool to. No, you see, where I'm happy with some things like that showing up as not never to get, but an event vehicle that you got to pay some money for, or just something you got to pay Golden Eagles for.
Yeah.
Where I want something like a Martyr 2 to just be in the grindable tree, and then other specialty vehicles. I don't know. It's just because because I don't think that the NA Churchill really fills some sort of niche that needed filled. Because I get some of these other stretches that they do to try to get an AA.
Oh, bugger, right there!
Okay, I'm behind rock. I can't see him.
KV.
Yeah, you get to kill him. Oh, I got killed from off to the left. Oh, they're backing up. Oh, goody.
Damn
Well,
Ruskies. Ow! My face!
I got another one.
Where?
I have no eyes. Right there. There's an SU of some sort. My gunner's out.
Was it?
Down. Gonna launch a bit of smoke. Down to
Something
2
right here.
Nigels.
Dropping on Arno's mark. Artillery.
Got 2 Nigels and no gun breach. There's a mad lad in a Piv. Oh, it's Piv 2. I thought it was Piv 3. Never mind. It's not a mad lad. He's just playing the Sweden meta.
So I'm going to try to do just the same thing I got killed in, but this time pay attention over there where I wasn't. Hopefully.
I've only
Kill
played
them
this map a
instead of
couple of
them.
times, but and at higher BRs, but I've really liked it every time. Just because it. What is that? Like there's a Yag 10 back there.
All through there.
Fuck it, I'm gonna load HE. Ow. Never mind, something else shot me.
I
Backing
shot
up.
over you, but I didn't
That's
shoot
lovely.
you.
I currently don't have a. Oh no. Could you help
Yeah.
me up here, please? There's
I can
something
help.
shooting me from right over there, and I don't know what it is.
You smoke up.
There was
Yes,
a
yes,
T-34 over there, so...
What? There's a bugger moving right there. Oh yeah,
I
shit.
see him. I
Right
see
there
him.
is-
I see
up
him.
there as well.
Yeah, okay, T-34 down. Unfortunately,
Nice.
I think you just killed somebody. Not
Thank you,
anyone
Arno.
else, but
Oh,
another team.
Arno, right there. There's a thingy. What is that? Like a T-34 with.
Got him.
Nice.
He's alive, last dead. Okay.
German T-34. I've lost track of the Yag 10. Never mind. There it is, right there.
Drop Arnie on it if you can.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Why didn't I think of that?
Or 50 cal.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Oh,
my
that's a
50 cal
dead
is
zero.
gone.
Oh. Let's come
It seems the Yag 10 is having a nap.
Ah, to the right. Your front, Toy. Your front.
Front? Where?
T-3485 on the hill.
On the hill. Oh. Oh, it's up there, is he? Well, that didn't do anything.
Oh shit, I'm getting shot. The same thing I stopped paying attention to because I'm starting to help Toy. Okay, let's get down in hopefully cover. And
I'm not gonna lie, lads, I'm feeling somewhat exposed out here.
yeah, I'm trying to help you.
Oh! Oh. Fuck this shit.
It's a bomb.
I've lost my turret again! There's something angry out there this time.
Yeah, I got a AA gun. Oh, was no repair but died.
No! No!
Hello, Arno over on Rumble, and
I don't want to go like this. Please. Why am I still alive?
I don't know.
I can hear the T-34s moving. They're so loud.
I'm gonna come in heavy armor this time instead of big gun.
I
Not
don't
bad,
need
man.
heavy armor. I need a hero.
I need a hero. No, I'm not singing. Just
Oh my god, it's the entire Russian Air Force. Jesus Christ.
yeah, what did happen today? Sing? Always interested to hear about other parts of the world.
Oh no. Go away! I got his track. I got his
what the
track.
heck?
Get him!
Okay.
Get him! Arno!
Damn,
Fuck him up,
okay, too low.
please!
Okay, he's hanging out
Ow!
there. Let's see. Right
Oh, there's a
that.
KV right there!
Okay, a little higher.
Oh, there's so
A
many.
little fast.
Got him.
Oh, somebody got him.
Thank
You got him. Great job,
you.
Arno. Great job.
Gunner loader and vertical drive on the KV. Moving to hide. That's
How are you still alive,
out.
Toy Jet?
My face. It's a Nosson and something else out there. I once again have lost my breach.
Smoke up, I'll help you repair.
Oh, it's my last smunk, Arno. Wait, is that KV dead? Yeah. Okay. Arno, hold my hand, I'm scared. Thank you.
Retreat, ah, crap!
No!
No,
No,
sure, never
Arno!
me left. In between the gateway.
Yeah, I'm firing at him.
So
Oh,
earlier,
got my
there was
barrel.
Also stood at a meal somewhere. Oh, everything's exploding. The KV is back. The KV is
I'm
gone.
coming as quick as I can.
KV
Look,
I've
KV's
lost track
dead.
of the Nosshorn. I don't know where the student is.
I got 14 seconds, 13 seconds, and I can move. I'm near you. How are you still
I
alive?
just took the
Toy Jet?
barrel on the Nosshorn. I see it. He's hiding back there. I'm gonna load HE. Never mind, he just retweeted on loading AP. Wait, a point. I can get another Nigel. I can. Student, he's right back there.
I'm pushing up. I'm pushing up. I'll read that just a second. See? I think you're being shot at, Toy Jet. On your sort of front right.
That is Gunner.
See, blast. I don't have a line of sight.
That sounds like a bomb.
Ah! Yeah, it got me. And you.
Big bomb, even.
Yeah. Okay, well. I'm now in
Super.
spectator mode. Oh, let's see what's in. Okay. Don't know how to say this, but I took my first step, and the doctors say you're recovering fast. Oh, well, very good. Very good, Singh. Glad to hear that you're taking your first step. 'Cause I do remember, and I think about your back injury. Hoping that you get better on that soon. Let's see. Let's go to Jen here. Okay. Jen in the We'll kill Singh.
nicely done, toy.
Because by that happening, seeing, of course, it means that you're gonna get well.
Not another P8.
Might take a while, but you will get well.
I like how the guy I shot down got the kill for me instead
Yeah,
of the
straight
guy
in
that
front of you
actually
there.
shot me down.
Yeah.
Anyways, Spitfire time. Oh. And I still have points
He's
to
looking
still
away
an
from you.
attack.
And you got shot from somewhere else. The toy jet fly here. Looks like you're approaching an aircraft. Hey, General Scoven. How you doing?
Well, that's the P8 moving away. There's still a fighter up somewhere. No idea where it is.
Yeah, well, oh, well, there's, I'm looking, he's back left to you about your altitude.
Back left?
Now
No,
straight
no.
left to you, I think. Now I've sort of lost him.
You're not thinking about the P8 that's landing, are you?
Well, maybe that was really far away and I was thinking it was a fighter. No, no, no. There's machine gun fire there. I thought I saw. What is that? What is that? What is that I'm seeing way out there? I don't know. Oh well, I don't know. Look around there, maybe.
Ooh, that's close.
No problem, Singh. We're here to entertain people and have fun ourselves, but yeah,
Fort Thunder and fun.
it's almost fun.
Sure. If you say so, gamer.
Look, if we wanted easy stuff, it wouldn't be fun. It'd just be easy.
That would be World of Tanks.
Yeah.
That P8 should be about in the process of taking off. Let's see if we can't sneak up on him. 821's hopefully coming back with some. What's he loading? He's loading bombs.
You should.
I've spotted me a P8.
Okay, yeah, I see him too.
I'm to whip.
He's trying to get altitude. To me, but then again, I'm not a good pilot. Lead him good.
I've been any other bomber, I would have laughed at him for climbing, but he needs to do so if he doesn't want to blow himself up with his own bomb.
Is that a kill?
Damage to at least one engine and a fuel fire.
Yeah, I see the
That's
fire.
a kill.
Yep. Very good. Very good. Thanks for the revenge.
All praise to Toy, for he is
'Cause
all.
he is what took me out of the match.
God knows I hate that plane.
I see a parachute
Fighters
from his
respond.
plane. Only one guy got out from all of that crew.
Fighter on me, I got half my ammo left. I need to wait for him to get closer on the enemy.
Well, if it's what I see, he's way back there.
Yeah, he'll approach quickly enough. Otherwise, I'm planning on turning back to engage him. Because if I can get him before he starts attacking our A21, all the better.
You got height on him.
Looked like a good bomb. How long's the fuse on your bomb, A21?
He's lost
I don't know,
against the
but now I
background
have
at the moment.
the enemy fighter coming in. I hear him. Just don't see
I
him.
don't see him.
Just
He's
went
like
right
low or
above
something.
me.
I
There we go.
can't see him against the background.
Right
Wherever
there.
he is.
What is that? 109? Yeah, it's a 109.
Ah, there he is. Yes.
Using the N21. 21 drop bombs. No kill. Enemy A8.
Yeah.
Ow. I needed that.
We
Needed
needed
that
that
as
even
well.
more.
I did, it's true. Bugger. Damn 37 mils.
Yeah.
Been a jolly old ride, chaps. Into the pond. Concept 3 time. Ah! You can't stop there, M36!
You hit him. And he took you out.
Well, I guess he can, but I'd rather he didn't.
Toy jet.
Worst part is the 109 has gotten so far without dropping his bomb. It's actually a threat.
I have to do things.
What? Jen?
Sorry.
Louder, please.
I'm gonna have to do a few things. Sorry.
Okay, no
I
problem.
don't know when I'll be back.
No problem. Have fun. See you when we see you.
Yo, Arno, you see any Ruskies?
Oh yeah,
I think he's
directly.
a Ruski.
His front. Hey, looks like it's pounding in probably German AA, my guess.
I don't have eyes on either yet. I'm coming up. That's the KV down. Hey! Nicely
good.
done, lads. Nicely done.
Okay, we will kick him from the squad. There we go.
Hey, and a free backup for the Firefly. Pound for
Okay.
pound, one of the best
One more
vehicles in the
mission with
game.
this BR, and then we'll let Arno pick what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And using weapons like pistols, Uzis, and heavy weapons. The situation in France. Yep. Situation in France is getting bad. Situation in a lot of places is getting bad. I don't have a good feeling about all of this.
You mean the country of France is on fire for like the 78th time this decade?
Well, yeah, but this time they're doing a lot more property destruction than the normal French riots. You know, normally it's, you know, a car or two gets torched, you know, maybe no buildings are, you know, seriously harmed. Most of the time the French rioters aren't looting, you know, property. They're just battling with the police. And so that's just to me being French, you know. This seems like what was happening in America a couple of years ago now, but at least it seems to be on a much bigger scale for the size of the country, because it's seeming, again, it seems, because they said like 75 buildings burnt. Now there were more buildings burnt in the, you know, the Summer of Love peace riots that we had here, but on the scale of America versus the scale of France, that seems to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Than what we had here. So that's what everybody has to understand, is whenever you see, oh, this big thing happened in America, yeah, it is a big thing and it is an issue, but America is just okay. Dropping artillery over there.
He's looking over here. Moving up.
What I thought was interesting was that, again, I'm coming behind you, Toy Jet, was that the riots had spread to Finland.
He's hurt, but still operational.
Okay, and my shot was no damage. I hit him nicely. He's looking right at me. Something else hit me. On the other side. Don't know. Oh, PT somehow he didn't kill me. Okay. Somebody shot at our friend up here. The one that got Toy Jet. Let's see if I can put a good round into him. Well, I'll put a round into him, but didn't seem to do any good. Or bad. Hey, Niagara.
Hey,
You
Niagara.
currently have a slot open if you want to join. I know you may
Yes,
be doing
join us.
other things, and that's cool, but you're definitely welcome. No, we're gonna after this we're gonna be probably to whatever Arno is suggesting is what we're switching to. So, it probably won't be American, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know. That last 5-7.
Oh, Allies 5-7. So we're going to be doing Allies 5-7 next. I think he wants to play M18s or something. I don't know. Oh damn! Don't have enough depression. Oh, come on. Oh. Yeah, I'm just depression. Now I hit this.
Damn.
Because I had to move it. Can't see through this tree. Now I think he's dead. Oh, somebody just shot him over here. Ah. So far this whole match is me driving around shooting at nothing. Well, shooting at things doing no damage. Oh, there we go. Just got shot from somewhere over there. Keep moving. Don't stay in the kill zone. Oh, we're not moving fast enough to get out of the kill zone, but let's keep trying.
That's friendly, right? Yeah, it's friendly.
Yes.
Oh, for once, it was.
Yeah, I don't know if it was or wasn't, but you wanted me to say it was friendly air, so I would agree with you.
Nice of you.
Yeah.
Really helps, you know, my mental health.
Well, you have mental health.
Yes, I do. I see.
Hello,
Stick it out.
AK Ram. We are playing right now at 4-7 Allies. We're going to be playing at 5-7 in a moment, but yeah. Okay, well, no. Or today, not tomorrow. Oh, let's just try this way. No, nothing new on Twitch banning multi-streams. What I did hear, maybe, I don't know if you heard, I think what it was is, what is it, XQC or somebody? He signed a contract to stream over on Kick, but it was not an exclusive contract, so he could stream on other places, and I think Twitch got word of that element of it and thought that if he was multi-streaming, he's going to pull a lot of people away from Twitch to Kick. So they decided to, you know, get these rules in place as a reason to, or as ability to stop him from doing that, is what I think it is. And so I don't know that they're going to try to come after small-time people like me who multi-stream and who don't
Well, you're
have,
not that small, gamer.
But because before it had only affected people who had, you know, a partner program or an affiliate program. Now it affects everybody. And so since he was going to be making so much money over on Kick, he didn't care about whatever he would get on, but I think it was like a $100 million contract, you know, over a number of years, I'm sure. But you don't care about the piddliness you get over on Twitch, but you might care about the audience and trying to draw them over with you by doing, you know, multi-streaming, and they didn't want that to happen. It's what I think was going on. That's my current opinion. I see you. And I hit you. Got somebody through. So we can get back. Oh, somebody else got you. Oh, we got teamwork finally. Oh boy, yeah. I think I have a vague idea where Balochistan is. If it is, I'm thinking it's over in the west of India, but I may be wrong with that. Yeah, well, that's why I sort of over my Twitch thing. You know, people still. Yes, you can. AK Ram, do you can scroll down? I think you can see the link to our Discord if you want to join that.
I'm
You
here.
don't
I'm
have
here.
to. Oh, you're already here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got that on another screen. Hadn't looked over to my left for the moment.
Yeah. No.
Also, gamer is old.
Well, that's true too, but not always the reason why I'm pathetic.
Tiger.
Some of the reasons why I'm pathetic. Oh, there I see. Way out there. Okay. Okay. I missed him. Let's see. I just got blown up by a big aircraft before I could get my shot off.
I got suicide bombed by a 111.
Okay, well,
That wasn't very nice.
you should get a pilot like Niagara's, because he can just do that from high altitude. Doesn't have to suicide bomb to do that.
Yeah. But I suppose he just wanted the instant satisfaction of, oh no, these buggers, they shot me. I'm gonna send both of them and their souls to the next dimension.
Okay. Okay, AK Ram, can you somewhere type out your exact War Thunder name so I can
All right.
find you and give you an invite to squad?
Right, it's 5-7 allies then.
Yeah, 5-7.
Yes, sir. If you would please.
Mm-hmm.
Can in fact please you.
Here. I tapped it. I tapped it.
That didn't come out exactly
Okay.
as I planned it to.
Indeed.
Okay, I think I know how to do this now.
I feel like isn't really any need to discuss that any further, right?
Depends.
No, it really doesn't.
Invite to squad.
It is.
And...
No.
E.
There we go. Suspension invite.
EA Sports.
I hope it was you.
It's in the game.
All right. Well,
Thoughts on tactics in Ukraine, like fill up old tanks with explosives and explode it near or in the line of defense. I don't know how effective that would be. I thought it was interesting that I just saw, I think it was yesterday, or just sometime in the last 24 hours, but a leopard, I don't know what model leopard, but they had the Ukrainians had plastered, I mean, it was Leopard 2, but beyond that I couldn't
Oh yeah, that's an
look at.
A4.
Plastered a bunch of reactive armor and the sort of just on the sides of it, but also the sort of I don't know, I forget what it was called, the turret reactive armor that you normally find on a Soviet type vehicle. So it sort of looks like a rounded Soviet turret on it, and that was, I thought, rather funny.
can you send it again? Because I did not get it.
Okay, well, let me try this again. Okay. Okay.
I believe at least most Leos are receiving that treatment, but that image that's been going around, I believe I know the one you're on about. Is
Yeah,
it
was like slowly driving out of some woods.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a 2A4.
Okay, you're in a Viper. Is that your group?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's you. Okay, I sent you another.
All right. I got it.
Okay, good. Can you play allies with us?
Allies.
Like American?
I mean, I can do Sweden, but I have only 1-7, but sure. Depends.
Okay, you can pair up with. Oh, it's only that low. Okay, well, I guess. Well, Arno, I'm going to overrule you. We're going to go play Germany.
Oh, at least 5-7.
Yes, 5-7 Germany.
Tigor time.
Right.
That makes me slightly more happy.
I was hoping you would pick something sensible, but okay, like this. All right.
Ting, tong, tong, tong.
We already had toy chat.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ah, no,
Actually, I know
no.
precisely
Yours
what that's
was
supposed to
actually
mean.
quite sensible. It was just painful that it's British rounds. Is the only.
No, no. Are you trying to say that just because you can't aim properly, I
Just
can't play
because I don't want to have to snipe each individual player, and yeah, sometimes our crew member, yeah, sometimes they line up in a row in the vehicle, but that's rare. So and maybe you get two at once, but other than that, yeah, no, I don't want to have to shoot them individually. Individually, okay, Arno.
Almost ready, gamer. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Should always have a 5-7 lineup ready.
I know, I'm
No.
just switching something up. Yes, now it's good.
Ah, the winter snows are here. Okay, well, I'm going to do something a little different. Go around the north.
Real battle of the bulge hours, lads.
Yeah. You're on the southern side of it. You get cut in front of everybody here.
It was mad at a panther. How enviable. Hi, Arno. Nice to see you.
Oh, no, don't do that. Just want to get that.
Hey, Jan.
How's it going? Again.
Yes, hello, Jan. Waiting my course or do summer term, so I'm looking forward to some of that. Okay. Probably go watch something. Well, that's cool. It's easy. There, it's entertaining.
See 5.7.
Yes. Please don't shoot me, thank you. Or up, I'll right there. I'll go behind this building from me, so let's come up here and see if we can come here and see targets and not get killed immediately. Okay. It's dead.
Hello.
Hello.
Possible T-34 just
yeah.
went behind the hill.
A lot of background noise from your mic.
Yeah, I have to lower his volume, Jen's volume, or otherwise it is.
I think he's trying to fix it.
Yeah, it's his fan, he said on his computer. He has a laptop that probably has a bad bearing or needs to be taken apart and cleaned. Because sometimes they attract dust and hair and get around a fan and will make a lot of noise, and if you clean them, that can fix it. Not saying, depending on what's actually causing the noise, might not do it. But
Oh, a little shit.
How difficult it is to get into the laptop.
Oh, I just went straight through. Nice.
Ah, damn, almost got him.
Where are yours? Already got him.
I'll give you 103 scary man.
Something just shot me.
Radiator. Helmet. Just went
Okay.
behind the building.
Well, let's pop smoke just so I don't know where that's coming from. Smoke will blend into the. Oh, he's maybe over there. No. Maybe firing at somebody else if that's him.
BT7.
Oh, behind me.
Oh, well, now at least I was facing him when he shot me. And I
Did
hit
pull him out
him.
earlier.
There's another one.
Yeah, I see him. He's
Lull him into the
getting himself stuck or
false
some
sense
such.
of security.
Damn, just missed on his barrel. This is gonna hurt.
Oh,
Haha!
never
I'm
mind.
alive.
Yeah.
Glory be to conveniently timed turret tossing.
Oh, there. He stopped. Just I was leading him, and he comes up and he stops. Just as I fire. Well, he's good at his. Oh, and I'm good too, I guess.
Oh dear.
Holy fuck.
Read what you guys
Ooh.
are saying in chat. Just a minute.
Ah, you did.
Running, I started with the Hoftian white shirt and established the Danelaw after negotiating with good old Alfred the Great. There should be no Alfred the Great as long as the Danelaw is ruling happily. But,
Like your face either.
Alfred the Great, I guess, is mostly just thought of as the Great as he stops the Norwegian expansion into England. Not that he,
Bit sad in it.
well,
A little
but-
bit shy in a bit.
I specifically chose my language because I knew the audience here. My terms. But,
I mean, imagine if we hadn't been denied the rightful throne of England. You guys would be speaking way more Nordic words than you are now.
I also got rid of
Oh,
Harold.
God.
Harold was the last. Harold Hardrada was the last one we got rid of. But yeah, that was a bit real.
Yeah. Good. Thank
The
God.
legitimate heir
Otherwise,
to the English crown.
1066. I mean, you guys kept trying.
but you
Accepted.
failed.
Thank-
Actually, so did the English.
I know.
So really, no one.
The Normans.
The only
It's
ones
a
who came
draw.
out- the only ones who came out of it winning were the Normans, who, you know, were a
Yeah.
byproduct of Nordic expansion. So you could say that in a way we won, but you know there was too much French influence for my liking.
Yeah.
That's
Good point.
just
Also,
low hanging
Vikings
fruit, man.
Christianized as part of the agreement. Yeah.
Going
No,
for
that's
the French.
just,
Then
just too much
Denmark tried
French.
again after William took over. Okay, yeah, it could be, but the last real big push was Hardrada. What was it? Harold Godwinson or whatever was the English one that beats Harold Hardrada. That then puts, or well, not William, but one of his troops puts the arrow into his eye and he dies on the battlefield. They were winning. They were winning at Hastings, defeating the Normans, and most likely would have pushed the Normans into a situation of defeat that they would have given up and gone away. But kill the king, that sort of dispirits your side, and the Normans took over.
Kill a king.
The Norwegians should have waited so the usurper was attacked first, and then they crushed.
Yeah, but how would they know? That it
Yeah,
would
okay,
be
now, yeah,
attacked?
as Jan is saying, I don't know if they even knew that the Normans were moving against them. One, and two, do you want, yes, it is quite possible that if they had waited and let the Anglo-Saxons fight the Normans, the Anglo-Saxons very well might have won, because Harold's army that fights the Normans is partly made up of some of the exhausted veterans. What was it, Stamford Bridge or whatever, where the Harold Hardrada battle happened, and he, marches very fast down to London, losing a lot of personnel on the way. Just can't keep up, wounded, whatever. Not so much necessarily deserting, like running away, but just can't keep up there. And then he because I'm hoping I'm getting all this right, has that core of that army, and then gets much more of the thing, the sort of the muster of the people in the south to come up and get ready, and then goes after the Normans. Had the Normans been able to win, I don't know that Harold would have been in that good a position, but yeah, it's definitely a question there. How
That
do you
is the
think history would have
$100
changed
million
for us
question.
if Harold, the Anglo-Saxon, had pulled it off? Well, we wouldn't speak English, that's for sure.
What kind of stuff would we be speaking then?
Well, we'd be speaking Anglo-Saxon. Because I've listened to Anglo-Saxon, and it's just like something just slightly out of reach, because it all sounds familiar. Probably the way maybe German and Dutch sound to each other or something. It's just so close, but and I may be kind of picking up a word or two when I've actually heard somebody that speaks. Because there are no one modern person that naturally speaks it, but people learn to speak Anglo-Saxon.
Bleed.
And it's just so close to English, but it's just, and it's not like Chaucer's, Old English or something. It's different. It's considerably
All right, Damon, where
different.
do we go?
I'm sort of going towards C, but
What tank?
I'm going in
Oh,
my
God,
470.
Sure it is.
The current closest language to Old Anglo-Saxon is a kind of hyper dialect spoken in some really northern islands up in Frisia, Friesland.
Yeah, and
Netherlands.
because the Anglo-Saxons were really Anglo-Saxons, Utes, and Frisians, as their the full grouping of peoples that had moved over, and it intermingled. And I don't think that there was much of a distinction between those groups, but those are what came over and created the Anglo-Saxons. And really, what in my opinion makes the English the great they are was the Normans coming in and conquering them. Because not only does it add a lot of French to the language, they add in a certain warlikeness that is sort of Viking, but not. I mean, the Anglo-Saxons were very warlike as well, but sort of an organized militariness that even the French were lacking. But they, had they just been conquered by the French, I don't think it would have had the same, by like a French aristocracy, because the Normans never are in enough population levels anywhere outside of Normandy, because they conquer well down into the Middle East in different places, but they're never in a population to change the local population over to being Norman, if you will, whether a replacement or just culturally converting everybody. They're just sort of in a ruling elite that does impart cultural values, or whatever, shall we say, to the people there that they are interacting with. It would have been
Shally. What?
There you got one. There. Just go up here and shoot the guy.
Where are you shooting at my Buddha?
Oh, got some of your crew there. Driver, you aren't going anywhere. You may still be able to kill me, but nope, you couldn't kill me.
That's not friendly air. That's a Corsair.
Error.
I got my breach. Backing up.
See what I did there.
You did it funny.
Okay,
I
Niagara.
did a funny.
Hey,
Niagara
Niagara.
mignon.
Yeah, it takes the Anglo-Saxons and the Normans together to create the English. Not just the language, but
How were you created?
the whole concept of the English needs to have all of that come together.
You know.
Go back to Golan.
Oh, left. Yeah. Gen left. Yeah.
Well, another thing I think with the Normans, because it isn't just or Hastings that that's the big battle that is fought, but there are other, and going on for years, and some normally when the Anglo-Saxons rose up against the Normans, they were very mercilessly punished. Once they lost, there were other battles, and I don't think the oh good, I died. Unless they really pushed over a huge population of Vikings or Norwegians or whatever you want to call them, and I don't know that there really was a population ready to migrate at that time. Unless they had done so, I don't think the Vikings could have held England. The Normans, the reason they were able to do so, in my opinion, is yeah, they continued a lot of that, Viking warlikeness, and again, the Vikings are equally warlike. But the Normans included the sort of structural engineering, shall we say, that I think the Vikings generally lacked in the building of all the Norman castles, either the early wooden ones, the Motte and Bailey ones, to sort of get in there, and then over time, rebuild in stone. That I just don't see the Vikings. I mean, yeah, they did do fortifications now and again, but never. And I know some fairly major ones, like in Denmark, there's like a huge leftover complex, and so yeah, they did do that once in a while. Well, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but yeah.
Yeah. The Normans basically took Nordic combat war doctrine and gave it French characteristics.
Yeah. However you want to put that, but also and whether you want to call it French, I would go Latin characteristics in the sense of leftover engineering from Rome, if you will.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that Rome influenced a lot of things.
Yeah, and I know this is now just because 1066 and that sort of era is considered to being the start of the Middle Ages and getting away from the Dark Ages. But
I thought the Middle Ages and the Dark Ages were the same, actually.
no. The Dark Ages come first, and then you get the Middle Ages, and then sort of the High Middle Ages, and then just as because Constantinople is falling, you start to get the Renaissance, because you start to get the people are evacuating Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire and taking their literature and other stuff with them to the West and re-educating the West about the classics as opposed to just the Bible and other stuff. So, but yeah, no, the Dark Ages are pre-Middle Ages. We just you good. And one statistic that just, can make you cry, or whatever you want to say. 99% of the literature, so literature is published writings from the classical period, was lost. 99%. Not just like all letters to people and government documents and other sorts of writing, but published documents. Too many people. Too many angles. And that just, to me, is just a tragedy.
Library of Alexandria as well.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. I wonder what happened to the Library of Alexandria.
A combination of a series of fires and floods, mostly. And then just
No, I wonder where is it? Well, where are the books? Where are the books?
The books of the Bible?
I don't think so. Well, I'm sure a bunch of them are, because there's 3 different sort of burnings that are recorded, or supposedly recorded. But none of those are necessarily. Okay, Sing, have a good night. But none of those are necessarily like the entire library. It's just like it gets caught on fire, and especially the one that's during Caesar, it wasn't all burnt down, for sure.
No, I think a lot of literature was trying to be saved, I think.
Okay, I watched the movie Argo, which is sort of a feminist take on the last days of pagan
Rome?
Alexander, shall we say, including the library. But and how the Christians were like anti-feminist and whatnot, kind of added into the movie. But okay, here's a serious question, and this has made me think. This may be just my fantasy or wishful thinking, or however you want to put it. But where's Alexander's body?
I'd like to know as well.
No, I've heard at least from well, I was in Macedonia one time, so I think they say the guy.
No. The last recorded spot. I mean, you do know that his tomb is in Alexandria, right? Okay, so his tomb is in Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
Where's his body?
I don't know. Actually,
Chopped up and idolized.
I'm not that well known.
No, because there's no record of what happens to his body. There's eventually records of people looking at the, thinking they're finding the ruins of his tomb. This is like back in, very late antiquity, or the early Dark Ages down there. Seeing the remnants of his tomb, okay, but there's no record of what happens to his body. I think this is my thought. Maybe it's just my wishful thinking. I think the priests of the cult of Alexandria, however you want to consider that, save his body from the Christians. The Christians are taking over. I think they smuggle his body out of Alexandria, because there's no record of what happens to his body. And his tomb is just sort of, left nothing. No, there's no record of it being pillaged. There's no record of it because of his the known. I mean, over time, one of the Ptolemy kings. At first, he's in like a golden coffin, and I don't necessarily want to say solid gold, but maybe solid gold, maybe. But he's in a golden coffin that the Ptolemies need money, so they decide. One of the Ptolemy kings needs money, so they decide to disinter him from, because they'll not take him out of the temple, because his mausoleum or temple, because it is a temple to the cult of Alexander the Great as a god. They take him out of his golden sarcophagus and put him into a clear alabaster one that may be literally out of a rock of alabaster that's a single piece, but I don't know if quite that big, but it's a big clear
you blew up.
Indeed, I did.
And so they take him out and put him in a splendid alabaster one to be able to melt down the gold. So presumably there's enough gold to make it worth buying an alabaster and having a carved alabaster coffin to put him in it, and make a profit out of that, if you will, for one of their wars or something. But that's the state that when Caesar comes and views Alexander's tomb, he's looking at the mummified remains of Alexander through the clear alabaster, or translucent, I don't know if you quite want to go to clear, but coffin that he's in. And so this is fairly well documented, and there's a whole temple complex that yes, damaged at some point in a earthquake, but and I know there's actually an archaeologist woman who thinks in a temple that's along the coast and out to the west of Alexandria, thinks that that's where the famous Cleopatra and famous Marcus Antonius are buried, but they don't even know where their bodies are. Where are their bodies? These are very, very famous people that there's no record on what happened to their bodies. And not even like, oh, well, we destroyed them in, some Christian religious purge or something. I think all of these things at some point when things are getting unstable. Yeah, with the Christian takeover, the Christians, wanting to get rid of any sort of, graven images, become intolerant to other religions, and it's not going well. And I don't know whether the priests are true believers in Alexander is actually a deified god somewhere, or just simply the traditions of, history. Whatever you want to say, I don't know what they themselves individually believe, but because again, there's a whole cult complex that is going on there. It's not just some ruin that's left there. There's people that have jobs. I think they take the Alexander the Great's coffin out. I think they take, and I think other Ptolemies, and maybe even, there's a bunch of she's like Cleopatra the Seventh, the one that you think of when you hear Cleopatra, but some of the other Ptolemy kings, their coffins are nowhere to be found. And there's no record of them being, disinterred or whatever. And especially Alexander the Great, that would be noticeable. So I'm of the opinion they get smuggled out. I'm thinking did they also smuggle out? Did they see, and I'm sort of looking at the Argo movie, that did they then um, decide to smuggle out the library or parts of the library, afraid that the Christians are going to burn it? Now we do have an extra slot here. I don't know if there's anybody who
Yeah,
wants
I'm
to
in the
join.
game right now, so
Okay.
but it's almost ending, so I can join
Okay,
you.
almost ending. Does that mean in like 30 seconds or 5 minutes?
Eh, 3 or 2 minutes. I can leave, but
Okay, well, if you've been
I'm
in for more than 10 minutes so that you can jump into another game, that might be a good idea.
yeah, I was already in around the 10 minutes, so I think yeah I can jump in. Send me an invite then.
So yeah, I just wonder what happened to Alexander the Great's body, what happened to the library. I'm not buying that it just all burnt up. I do know there were fires. I do know there was a lot lost.
Well, if the book of the Library of Alexandria was burned down, and if you say that there are people who took stuff away to hide from the Christians, then what's inside those books?
I
What
don't
is
know. I don't
what
know.
is so
Like,
blasphemous for
most
them?
likely they would have taken theological and scientific.
Oh, but you see, to them,
No.
Plato and Aristotle's, explanation of the world is blasphemous. Because it doesn't align with Christian theology as how the world's created and how the world works. So
Yeah,
so science is to a degree, or what proto science or
I mean
whatever
the
you would call it.
evacuated parts. The evacuated parts. If what you're saying, if your theory is
Right.
right, the parts that were evacuated were most likely the scientific and theological scriptures.
Yeah. Oh yes.
At least the ones that the priests, like the Alexandrian priesthood, would have deemed worthy enough to be taken away together with the body of Alexander.
Yeah,
Because
but
I'm pretty sure
why-
we know from references that we have lost books from Plato and Aristotle that are referred to, by the name of the book, but we don't have the books. So I mean, even those guys' works are lost. Some of their works are lost. I don't know if it's a majority or not. So and we know that. Well, we know these are smart people, so they're not going to bury it in the delta of the Nile where it floods, because they understand that. So, and they understand that things are preserved out in the desert, like the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, obviously it's over in Judea, but the mummies and the wherever else, the Valley of the Kings. I think that there's a hoard to be found someday. And it may not even be the majority of the library. I'm not even necessarily suggesting it's like 80% of the books or something. I just think there's a hoard somewhere that is still to be found.
I say if the say the Alexandrian goods were evacuated, it'd probably be at least I think somewhere at or west of the Euphrates and the Tigris, probably.
Well, Siwa is the oasis city out there is what was also a major area, and even into the Christian era, and maybe even to this day, still an area of Alexandria deification. So that has been some of the thoughts that are out there. Like I said, there's this one woman, I think from Germany or something, that's been archaeology, several different archaeological things to a late period Ptolemaic temple that, like you say, is west of the Nile there along the coast. Okay,
But-
Jen, no problem.
But
I understand.
Aha! Gotcha, bitch.
I'm kind of confused then. When why there's a jumbo right there. But why is there not been, a release of all those books then.
Well, I think the people died and didn't pass along. Hello, Muhib.
The
I
cult of Alexander the Great doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, and because I don't know, I don't know, because I think a few Roman emperors may have plundered things like the sword of Alexander from his coffin and things like that at different points in time, and those are recorded. And I just don't remembering those events. So, but see, those are recorded that like, whether it's Julius Caesar or somebody else comes and takes away his sword or something. Yeah, so those are sort of recorded. This is why I'm saying that the events around Alexander's body are highly recorded, even with the remnants of knowledge that we have today. And so when things just go, there's just no record, just nothing of what happens to the body. So I'm thinking that there probably wasn't a lot of material wealth like gold, and so who cares about a bunch of old books if you don't care about them? No one's going to pay you money for them. So if you get the last priests or something going out who value this, who bury it, maybe they're trying to tell their sons and heirs about this, because they're not necessarily celibate priests. I don't know. I doubt their priesthood was celibate, but maybe. I just don't know. So
KV somewhere?
What?
So
IKV 103. Sorry.
there might not be, and maybe it just, I mean, literally it could be as simple as the priests start marching back to town and a bunch of Bedouins ambush them and kill them, after it's done or something.
Yeah, and burn the
Well,
bodies.
yeah, it could have, but then that might be recorded because I'm thinking that they successfully got the stuff hidden, because I'm just, again, like anything that doesn't have that as a record. I'm just going that maybe it's just because I want it to be, but out there still. But I just, again, because as you can tell, I sort of read into this and looking for what happened to Alexander himself. I forget, just because again, somebody records, like after the temple is
building.
After his temple is destroyed in an earthquake, somebody comes and finds it in ruins like 50 years later. Somebody records. I mean, it's sitting in the middle of the city of Alexander, and it's sort of a ruin. It's not like the people locally didn't know where it was. It was just, some visitor records, hey, yeah, I came and saw these ruins of Alexander's temple and, burial, or, whatever. But
Back there.
I'm betting his body just wasn't left in those ruins.
Two of them back there.
They would, if the temple was still functioning at the time of the earthquake, with the temple priests, I think they would have hauled away the big heavy rubble and taken, what does it matter if the body's smashed or not under the rubble, take the body and stick it somewhere. You do the old Egyptian tradition of doing a hidden burial somewhere.
Bugger.
Or
I don't even know what happened there.
or if, and I forget because I just don't remember, or if the earthquake that takes out the temple is after it stopped functioning as, a functioning temple, that then probably the body has already been removed. So and that all makes me think, since we don't know what happened to Cleopatra, to Mark Antony,
Jumbo.
just use the English term, Marcus Antonius, for him. What happened to their bodies? What happened to the other Ptolemy kings? You might just say, well, who cares about them? But then you throw in Alexander the Great, and people to this day still care about Alexander the Great. So, and the things that the only thing I really think the Christians would want to maybe erase is his supposed godhood, not that they would want to
Roy,
just
fly over me.
desecrate
not an
his
option,
corpse
Chief.
just for the fun of it or something. You know, they're not
No, I
they're
don't
not
think so
haters
either.
of Alexander the Great as a general or as a Greek or Macedonians or whatever you want to say. Oh, well, good, Mahib. You got a haircut. Which one?
Let me show you on stream. Oh wait, I'm not stream.
Haircut reveal one gamer.
What was that?
When will you reveal your haircut to us?
I don't know.
All right. How many new follows for haircut reveal?
30,000.
Damn.
Damn.
Lofty goals. Lofty goals.
Well,
Roy, follow my tracers. Left.
Yeah, I see. He's way out of range for a 37. He's still flying both up and away. The other guy to the north is still somewhere over the AO. Yeah, there's a Corsair coming in as well. At like 80 degrees, 80, 85. Relatively highest. Coming lower, moving over the battlefield.
gamer, right side, up the hill.
Get away for a
Seems to be
clean
getting
shot. Yeah, get away for a clean shot on that. Got him though, right through his machine gun port.
I think behind that little house in front of you.
I see him here. Let's see.
Right. I issue.
I see here. Yes.
Moving backwards. It just
Yeah.
rolled down the hill.
Yeah, I see him. Thanks. Let's see if we can stalk him. And not get killed doing so. Yeah, I know I can
Is
stalk
he
him.
seeing you?
Yeah. And he's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, once in a while I get into the zone and do pretty well.
Or maybe 2 views is better.
Well, you know, you're helping definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know, this is one thing, you know, I was thinking, and you know, playing arcade mode, you know, is it just, you know, is this more realistic than arcade mode and being certain spotted? Well, but when you think about it, you know, if we were in a tank, yeah, whether I had my heads out or whatever, we could discuss that. But then again, if everyone's buttoned up, it's sort of, well, it's not equal because different tanks have different levels of you know, vision blocks and vision. But you would have, you know, the gunner or the commander looking around, the gunner looking around, the loader maybe looking out somewhere, the auxiliary you know, machine gunner radio operator may have his hatch open looking around while the driver's looking around. So you got people looking around at targets and spotting. Oh, it's a mix of a mullet and a bowl cut. Kind of like emo since I'm trying to grow my hair out. Okay. Okay, Muhit.
Right. That's gonna be my last game.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Toyjet, for joining us. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Stay for a while longer.
See you later,
Got
Toy.
nothing better to do than bother with a lot of you.
Whatever you want to do.
You won't be rid of me just yet.
Yes, you are quite the botherer.
seen me enough.
Okay, Jan. What would you like to play?
I'm feeling fine.
Okay, you want to continue with this, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to go to different BR or
Or nation.
nation.
I'm feeling fan on
Or
this,
poop.
whatever.
Okay. I was gonna re-ask Arno until that last statement, and I decided no.
I can
So-
see. I can feel.
Ready up when you can. When you're ready.
What nations y'all playing?
Hey, Ari,
Harry!
Germany.
and the
Hello.
aggro.
Negro.
Oh,
Do
nice.
either of you want to? Okay, well, we have at least one slot open unless you guys want to make an opposing thing. So we're playing Germany 5-7 right now. Who wants to play Germany 5-7 with us?
Ich.
I yield it.
Some people are having
Yeah.
trouble pronouncing English words. Or they're just getting stuck in something. It's icky. Oh, sure, no problem, Muhib. I thought it was you over there when I saw your stuff on Twitter, so I followed it.
Twitter. Ugh.
Yeah. No, Muhib is over on Twitter as well, and I followed his
You
stuff.
should just look on, doing, what's it called?
Because
Community notes. Because that's-
yeah, I know. But I am a huge Western chauvinist, and chauvinist comes from Chauvin, but huge proponent that Westernism is the best humanity's got. But I love learning about other cultures, and other cultures have things to teach about. And I know Mohib is from Pakistan, if I remember correctly, and so that's a different culture. And so, although I think the Western culture, and Western culture has its problems. God, we can look around and see Western culture having its problems, but things I don't like about it. But I still think it's the best that we have going. But I love learning about other cultures and other viewpoints. So I do want to follow people that are a bit different than me. So it's not that I want everybody to be like me, like some people out there. It just I do sort of think we're the best. Partially, we can look around and see that we're successful. So that means we're pretty good.
We are
Okay.
the best.
The West.
Can I get an invite?
I was looking for you to show up to see an invite here, and I saw that you were logging in. Let's see. Why isn't it updating to see Crypt Warriors online here, but not, I guess, playing?
Wait,
Uh,
it doesn't say I have any friends for some reason.
Are you
don't
online?
have any friends, Ryan.
This
Okay,
is so
I see you.
sad.
Okay, I see you.
Oh,
Okay, I sent. It says you're offline, but I just sent an Ari Ryan _ an invite.
Why am I offline?
I don't know, but I just sent you an invite, and it says you're in the squad now. So I
Yes.
don't know.
And
Okay,
After one of these
you-
updates, things have been sort of wacky a little bit. Okay, so we're at 5-7, Ari. Can you get there, or
you
yeah,
can go
sorry.
in
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna beat
3-7.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
3-7's gonna win the day. You don't get it.
yeah,
Yes.
well, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a German psyop campaign against the Soviets.
Well, I
Yeah.
really wish there was. I know you get the bonuses for killing up tiers, but I really wish some of you could spawn in with lower tier vehicles much cheaper, so that, and sometimes there's good lower tier vehicles that have good killing power, just that they may not have good armor or whatever, so that you could bring some of those to the lineup for when your main stuff sputters out. But well, whatever.
That's too much wishful thinking.
Well, yeah. If I wanted to come in, with a, Martyr 3 or something like that, and have it much cheaper.
I
because
saw
it can-
I saw a Panzer Jaeger 1 on this tier, and it killed me. So
Oh yeah, well yeah, the Panzer Jaeger 1, the 47, that's pretty good. It's not great, but something like the pack wagon or even the half pack half track.
Ah, yes.
You know, I mean, it's a crummy vehicle, but damn, that pack gun is still pretty damn dangerous, even up to this level.
It's still an 88 millimeter.
Well, no, it's a 75.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a high velocity 75, and Harry just got hit.
I've been shot.
Yeah, hope you're not too.
Where
badly
does
damaged.
it hurt?
He decides to smoke it. You do know that there's a trench just in front of you a little bit to get into to try to.
Yeah.
And
get
I'm dead.
Okay. Okay, well, let's see if I can get around behind you. Oh, well, I guess we can help repair you.
I have 2 crewmen left, so
Well.
Oh, and we can drop a
Great
nuke
start.
if we get enough kills. So
Yes.
we are definitely up there.
What's
Movement
going
up
on in
here.
France? I don't know.
Civil
big
War.
things of hating their country.
One black guy got shot, and then boom.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is any different than the George Floyd riots, but
No.
really, you know,
I don't know why we're talking about Muslim nations all of a sudden, but
Is
not exactly
France
my
a
cup of
Muslim nation? Damn.
well, they have the largest Muslim population outside of, I guess, Turkey or
Outside of the Middle East,
Albania or
basically, yeah.
something like that. Well, they have the largest Muslim population in Europe. I mean, yes, I know there's a couple of, Balkans countries that might technically beat that, but now not that I don't care about what Ari's saying, but for the moment, I would wish he would sort of shut up and let.
Yeah.
I wonder when do the Europeans think that it will get bad enough that the majority of the European people will have enough and decide to do something
won't.
serious about it? It won't get bad enough.
I think
It'll never get bad
will
enough.
get
Because to the point that
You see, Macron even doesn't hand it off the state of emergency. That's the first thing.
Well, no, Macron. No, I'm talking about the European people, not the current government. Not
The
talking
European
about.
people, but Gaber, there is no European people. There is people of different countries in Europe, and every.
I understand that point, but I mean,
both people on the radical left and right for Europe always try to do that pan-Europeanism. So
well, yeah, I know, but I mean, is this going to get Marie Le Pen elected?
No. Nope.
Tank car right there. He's kind of just looking the opposite direction of us.
What does Jan think?
I don't know who Le Pen is, but
You don't know who Marie Le Pen is? The right-wing French politician, the daughter of what was his name? Le Pen?
Of Le General Le Pen from
Yeah.
World War II.
Yes, Le Pen, sure.
I gotta look this up.
Okay, well, yeah. The sort of neo-Nazi party of France, if you will, or the neo-fascist party of France, or whatever they want to call them. Now, Father Le Pen, I would agree that he's some sort of neo-Nazi. I don't know if daughter Le Pen is, but I'm just because
Really?
you know. Well, all right, okay, then Niagara, Jan,
Yeah?
which do you think is more likely to happen? You or your descendants deciding to convert to Islam or leaving Europe?
Neither.
Well, you just told me it's not going to get bad enough ever for you to do something about this.
Well,
So that
no,
means
that's
when there
I
is like a 60% majority Arabs in France, and they're running the country, and they're making everyone wear all the women wear hijabs.
Arabs. You talk about Muslims.
Well, okay,
Okay.
I'm talking about non-Europeans, whether they're sub-African, sub-Saharan African, European, or not European, sub-Saharan
Okay. Yeah.
people,
Okay. I
or
get
whether
the
they're
point.
Muslims, or from Persia, or whether they're Arabs, left over from the French colonies of Algiers, their descendants, whatever the groups are, they vary. Turks
Drop
and
RD over here.
Turks and Germany. I know that there's not just one homogenous group, but the idea that at some point, because of birth rates, at some point Europeans will
Oh, God
be
damn it.
a minority in Europe, or what we would call
Okay.
traditional
Yeah.
Europeans.
So
Yeah,
then we
yeah,
then we
yeah.
would talk about a culture
Yeah.
shift from European culture to more Near East culture.
Okay,
And that people are like not maybe not forced, but that they have to decide if we stay in Europe, we have to become Muslims.
Well,
I don't
that's what I-
see this
that's what I was
coming
wondering.
in the
What-
next. Okay, but I don't see this coming in the next years. Maybe in 50 to 100 years, maybe. And then I think that the common European people at this moment are not enough into religion that they would convert because they don't know fuck about religion. And they are not really religious people. Therefore, they don't see the problem there. Maybe if there's some kind of religious police that, like in Iran,
You have like laws set up. There's Muslim communities where you are not
yeah,
safe.
okay, Ari, like I said, for the moment, I wish you would shut up because I do value you, but I want to hear what the Europeans say about Europe, not what I or you as an American think about Europe. And I agree with you, Muhib. I don't
Alright,
like this.
thank
Is
you
what
for
I
that,
don't
right.
like anybody who's forcing religions on anybody else, even in Christian religions on somebody else. I'm not for that anywhere, and I'm not talking about that Muslims are bad here. I'm talking about these riots in France, which are
yeah,
and it's partially the Europeans' fault, is that they have not been integrated. It's only partially, not fully, but it's partially their
I mean,
fault.
this is most likely the biggest problem here. That many people
Multiculturalism.
understand these riots not as a religion thing, but it's an economic thing. And this is the problem of Macron. That, like you said, he is not able to integrate this waste amount of people into his country because many people from Northern Africa who have a French passport because they are maybe from the former colonies or so.
Right.
They come to France because the living standard is higher, obviously, and but they are kind of excluded from the market. They can't.
Yes, you're
work.
absolutely right. I think it's both ways. I think it's both the a lot of them are former Algerians, at least the original groups in France.
Yeah.
But and it's different in different places. I think it's both the Europeans not
Hey, werewolf man.
not hey werewolf, not allowing them to integrate, but I also think it's them standing apart because I remember when I was living in Scotland, a lot of there it was a lot of Indians and Pakistanis that are living there, and at that time it was before the large waves and this was mostly up in Scotland, but large waves of Arab immigration that's recent. This was former colonial. There were like I remember one little shop that I would go into that seemed to be run by two women, and they wore saris, and they had, and I forget, he would know, but the red, and I know they're Hindu, but the red dot on their above their their eyes, and they spoke with a bit of a British accent. These weren't recent incomers. These weren't people that just showed up from India or from Pakistan. And then of course there were others that were more Pakistani in descent, but that they were again, like these women in their daily business in their little shop. It was a little like a little mini grocery store kind of shop thing there in Edinburgh, and I would go to it once in a while, and they were nice people and all, but they were maintaining their Indian dress, they were maintaining wearing their Hindu religious ceremony stuff. And then I knew another, I didn't know her well, but another, and I don't know whether she was descended of Pakistani or Indian, it doesn't matter, but you could tell from her skin tone that she was, but she was like the girlfriend of one of the main guys that was a Scottish cultural preservationist organization. You're dressing up as Highlanders and all this stuff. And she was dressing up as Highlanders, and she was integrating into the Scottish culture, so she was becoming Scottish, not in genetics, but in practice. And she obviously had grown up in Scotland as well. So the two tales of, and I think both of these sets of women had been born and raised in Scotland, and one set of was still, again, not just, they were wearing freaking Indian clothes in Scotland, which is like me going to Thailand and wearing a Highland kilt or something, or cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. It's like being uber American or uber Scottish going somewhere else, not just sort of kind of staying a little bit separate. They were staying very separate, but staying in, living in Britain, and like you say, have a British passport, but I don't consider, they're not integrating, where the other woman was integrating into the local society and culture. And so I think partially because of the large numbers, but also partially a lot of the Algerians or the more recent groups that are coming in, they want to stay separate. They want to stay that, but there is also, and I agree with you too, Niagara, that there is a lack of acceptance by the Europeans. And I think partially, again, it's because these groups are, well, we're here, we want to stay Algerian or Syrian or whatever, but we also want to get jobs and be part of you, but we want to be different. So there's not, and so I don't want to put the blame, I think the blame is about 50-50, just on a generic, we could negotiate slightly more, slightly less, but I personally think, now again, I'm an American and I'm looking from far away, and I do maybe not understand the ramifications quite as heavily as, and I've definitely become more aware of them, the ramifications from World War II. But I think at some point the generations, are gone from World War II. And I think it's the reaction of World War II is why you haven't seen this. But I see this is what we're going to have, a rise of a far right because of this. Now, it might just be a minority far right that, never really achieves power. But
I mean, it sort of already has in Italy, depending on who you ask.
yeah, but you've noticed I forget her name, and I follow her on Twitter, Gianni or Gianova or whatever.
Mussolini.
No, not Alessandra.
She's one of the.
Yeah. Oh, right? Yeah. But see again, she is not running around. If you actually look at what she's doing and actually saying, both doing and saying, she is not what they were accusing her of being. Now, maybe she is secretly in her heart that, and realizing that if she, starts spouting Mussolini's, proverbs or something, she'll fail. But again, what she's doing, and I really take it out as being there's several people out that way or further, just so you guys know.
There's a thing right there.
Oh, how's the game going?
Pretty good.
You can watch it.
So yeah,
you
so
can give him views.
Yes.
Well, I'm asking because I'm wondering who I'm joining.
Oh, I don't know who's going to be the second squad. If you want to Niagara, or no, I don't know who wants to form up a second squad. I don't know.
I completely misunderstood your question, but I think there is going to be a little bit of a far right uprising. I don't know how it would turn out.
Because I've noticed what's happening in the Netherlands with the recent
BBB.
Party taking a large, not maybe the majority, but it's the biggest party. And now I know that was pushed over farm issues, but I also think it's also immigration too.
Yeah.
And so
it was on that.
And I don't know if the Europeans would ever get to the point of taking people that were, say, born in France and only have ever lived in France and ejecting them from France. But there are millions of other recent peoples that have shown up in France that, whether they currently have citizenship or not, I don't know. But again, they were born somewhere else. Are they ever going to get to the point that, because I'm hoping we get to the point in America that all of our illegal immigration, which are many more than you have in Europe, are just all going to be en masse ejected from America. And this is part of the reason why Trump, I think, is going to win is, oh, guys, can you go kill this guy killing me, Ari?
Behind
Behind the big rock? You might want to go
Yeah.
around behind the rock and kill him, but...
Gamer, you have this kind of, at least to some degree, in the Midwest, or was it in Florida? And now all the farmers are shouting, wait, our workers are gone now, and no American wants to work in the field because it's hard labor, and we have no workers now, and
You
therefore
know
we
that's a
don't
horrible
produce.
stereotype, right?
Oh, okay.
Gamer.
Niagro, I would
Yeah.
like you to find me, if you could, what you're saying, I would like you to find me one case, like that's been done where a farmer has said this. Because I've heard Democratic politicians say this, but who's going to pick the fruit? I've not heard
That
the
very
farmer.
statement itself is racist, actually, because it assumes that only immigrants.
Again, Ari, no, I don't care what you're saying, and I don't want to debate that point, because I know here in California we've had the Basaro program. I may be mispronouncing it slightly. But where we've set up, and I think it's still going to this day, is where we set up and we have, for harvest season, we let in 30, 60,000 Mexicans that come in here legally for 3 months to pick fruit as a job, because farmers say, oh, I need 50 workers, and they all, and they'll all schedule out how many they need, and they go, okay, we need 60,000 people coming in for this season, and there's a bunch of Mexican guest workers that that it's not the only thing they do, obviously, but they come in, they get paid for Mexican wages well, and then they go home at the end of the season. So that's here in California. I don't think that exists for Florida, but I have not heard, and again, am I just maybe not watching the right channels or whatever? Okay, we got somebody.
We get it in Maine, and it's fine. To pick apples, we have the Jamaicans come up for the summer.
Right, yeah, and
They
and that's a guest, that's a
pick apples
lawful,
and they go back home.
yeah, a lawful guest program, right? And see, and again, thank you, Werewolf. I don't know the Maine situation. It's different than California's, but there are programs like that if you are worried about farm labor. And again, I'm not saying it needs to be racist, because that's another issue. It's just the value, people in Jamaica are willing to work cheaper because it's cheaper to live in Jamaica, so they can get brief labor here in America and make what they consider good money. And it isn't racially based, it's just based upon it's like in importing, I don't know, Ukrainians into Europe because they previously to this war, because they were going to be working cheaper than a Briton or a Dutch person, because they're more willing to work cheaper. And it's not necessarily a race issue. So again, I don't know of a real farmer that is coming out and saying that, Niagara, but I do know Democratic politicians that say, who are we going to get to clean the toilets?
So,
And
a report from Al Jazeera would be not sufficient, I guess.
Algeria? Well, I just want an interview with a farmer
Okay.
that's saying this.
Okay.
Not I don't really care the news source, because
Okay.
again, I hear the Democratic politicians say this stuff, but I don't hear actual farmers saying this.
Okay, I'm linking you a YouTube video from one news report from Al Jazeera. You can watch it after the game.
Yeah. I do want to, and I will watch it later, and I do because again, I've not been hearing farmers say this.
Okay.
Again, I may just be missing the reports. They may be out there, but
Oh, okay.
and we can have as much guest workers as we want, but but guest workers mean that it drives the value of American labor down. Because
Yeah.
we had back in the 60s, 1960s particularly. Trump. Oh, 20. Yeah. Trump is. Muhib is the most likely Republican, one of the two parties, if you don't know, nominee for president.
I prefer Vivek Ramaswamy.
I don't think he's a likely one. But I mean, he's a good guy and all. I'm not knocking him. I just don't think he's likely to win the Republican primary this in
Yeah, I
2024.
prefer him or Kennedy. Everybody else is terrible.
I think the only person that's really willing to go in and truly clean house of the bureaucracy is Trump. He's the only one, because he only have one term. He won't care about re-election. He will come in, and he is, I think, as mad as hell at these people who fucked his first term up, and I think he'll just go in and fire people, and that's what I want him to do, is just go in and fire people. And I don't think any of the other and I think Ted Cruz is a really good guy, but I don't think he has the balls to do it. I don't think Ramaswamy has the balls to do it. You say Kennedy will support any anti-gun bill you want to name, ban whatever. He is not a centrist Democrat.
His focus is mainly on
that he's campaigning
building
on.
up the middle class.
Yes, but he will do whatever other deals to get that focus, meaning like, oh, well, I'll support your anti-gun bill if you support me on this. Oh, I'll support your this if you support me on that. Oh, no, he's a Democrat. I understand he may be the Democrat
That's
you like the best.
politics in general. That's how politics
I know,
works.
but he is at heart a Democrat, and he's a leftist Democrat. So, and I've always thought, just from your statements, not anything you got to declare, but you were a bit more conservative than that. He is a leftist Democrat, and see, I've known him of old. I've not met him, but I've known of him of old and his career. Where you're young, because I remember him back in the 80s. He is a leftist Democrat who just is not on board with the current big party machine. True, but he is definitely ideologically with the left, hardcore. So vote who you will, but that's him. And so, like I was saying, back in the 1960s, here in California, a lot of the cleaning services, whether they be people that you would hire to come to your home once a week to clean your home, or work in cleaning up in offices at night, were blacks. And they started to maybe want a little more money for their services. But then they imported lots of Mexicans to do the same work. Oh, and mostly Mexicans who didn't have papers properly, and these companies would pay them, or individuals, that's why we out here we have huge amounts of Mexican gardeners, because whatever sort of company you hire doesn't really pay attention to labor laws, so they can pay them at or below minimum legal wage to come and mow your lawns out here, and that are Mexican. So the black people here who were going to maybe rise up the economic ladder keep getting stepped down by the latest group, at least out here in California I'm talking about, latest group of immigrants from somewhere else in the world, whether it's now it's the new ones are not mostly Mexicans, because Mexico is doing fairly well. They're mostly coming up from deep Central America, down in El Salvador, or down in South America, that are coming in. So, okay, get some deep. Let's see. It looks like France is president of the protest. Yeah, video games. Yeah, all that video games, that was BS. Called the Bindi, and it's an Indian tradition which shows that a woman is married. Okay, thank you, Mahib. Thank you. And so, yeah, and I'm just saying that, these people coming in are not adapting to the local cultures and whatnot.
Why should
So,
they?
Sort of exists.
They get free money from that culture. So why should they change that culture?
well, I'm not saying. Well, I mean, from their point, yeah, but see, again, I am a culturalist. And I judge, again, individuals are individuals. but I judge large groups of people by their culture, not by their skin color or their eye color or anything like that. That I think is, as a group of people, that is a significant
Northern or
determining
southern
factor.
spawn?
I'm going southern. I'm going to go to. Oh, I need to change my color. I'm going
gonna
to
go
C.
to A.
Yeah, A might be better, but I'm going to C, just because I feel like it. I don't know why, but yeah. And so with Europe and these, I've been watching this stuff the last few days from America going on in Europe and going, damn, this is probably going to be Marie Le Pen's getting a majority and winning. Maybe not. I know none of you guys here are French, but I know Niagara said he doesn't think that will get Marie elected.
After looking up the wiki, I don't think so. I can understand why she would, though.
Well, she is the largest right-wing opposition party to the current government, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
At least that's my understanding. Again, and that's more meant to be a statement of fact, you know, as in voting popularity, from my understanding.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah, and
just,
so I don't know what's going on, you know, obviously, but trying to figure it out.
Or another politician. I don't know the name of him anymore, but
Yeah, there were several sort of right-wing parties in France, and one of them, I forget the guy, he was actually doing fairly well, but he was saying, because Marie Le Pen had been saying, but this other guy continued to say some good things about Putin. And mostly it's like airy talking about good things, because it's sort of the broken clock theory in that, yeah, you know, 1 out of 10 things out of Putin's mouth you sort of like, but you might not like that he has, you know, opponents. Well, many of his opponents decide to jump out windows, shall we say, and other things that probably Ari would like that would probably be more important to him actually than the things that Putin does say that they like. And I think that's what some of the right-wing anti-immigration types have liked about Putin in the past, is that they like his sort of
anti-immigration laws.
Yeah, they like that, but that doesn't mean they like his pro-immigration laws of immigration of Russians into other countries, if you know what I mean. You know, with guns.
Yeah.
Got your commander and gunner. So let's charge.
Very close.
I heard something about Russia. What happened? I couldn't hear jack shit because there was a child yelling, and I had to attend to that.
Okay. Well,
It was
just on the idea that
child.
you like some of the things that Putin says, but you probably actually wouldn't want him as your leader.
Why? I heard something about immigration.
Well, just that he is anti some immigration laws and things that you sort of approve of, but you wouldn't like Putin because people that disagree with Putin seem to want to jump out of windows.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Well, I know you hate him, and I.
That's what
I
makes
understand.
him funny, you know.
Ah, god damn it.
Well, part of the reason Arno hates him is because of the shoot down of the Dutch jet, I believe. It's one of the.
Well, that's partially it.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a very good reason.
Oh yeah.
But,
If he
yeah,
ever gets killed, I'm giving a party.
well, good.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I've never liked Putin, but as one sort of guy on Twitter that I follow said, what happened to Putin the Wise? Because there, you know, back when George Bush the younger was president, Putin was actually sort of being sort of wise in a lot of his policies in dealing with the West, instead of trying to be all confrontational and aggressive.
Well, the main thing is he heavily understated or, you know, underestimated the reaction this invasion would bring.
Well, and he also thought he would be successful. Which I'm sure is,
I mean, it worked in Georgia. He didn't think it
well,
worked in
no,
Chechnya,
it didn't work
worked
in Georgia. He had to withdraw from Georgia.
Yeah, after he basically conquered and occupied the nation.
No, he cut the country in half, and Yeah, that might be. That's a lot more successful than it is now. But the U.S. forced him out of Georgia, and he went back to the borders as it was at the start of the invasion.
The conflict.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. Well, I mean, the conflict is ongoing because there are still 2 areas that are of internationally recognized Georgian territories that are breakaway states, that are only continuing to be breakaway states because of Russian funding and support. Meaning, if Georgia were to actively starting aggressive military attacks against them, they would probably find themselves, at least until this recent time, I don't know if Putin has the troops now, maybe they should attack now, but until recent times, you would have found Russian troops maybe out of Russian uniforms, but Russian troops opposing Georgia reclaiming its internationally accepted territories. So
Unpenetrated.
Up is down. Oh, let's get this guy. Got the R3. Let's get the other track here. Okay, his other track is down. He isn't moving, so I'll move.
That
Yeah, he's dead.
Shooting
He's dead.
From?
Got him on.
I dropped artillery on his position, so be careful.
Okay.
AA. With bombs, so be careful, be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's P8.
Yeah, P8 doesn't matter. If you're around, they're gonna get you.
Yeah. It's a hey! How's that going over there?
Not if you shoot the bomb out of the sky.
I've done that once, just once.
Try. How hard is a shooting down a P8?
Well, no, he's talking about PE8 bomb, not the bomber. I've got the bomb once.
Oh, nice.
Not the bomb once, but that's it.
Oh, also the P8 is freaking huge.
I don't really have a proper machine gun here. No.
Aha, got him! You bitch!
Oh, very good, Arno. Very good. I don't have a breach anymore. Arno killed the guy who got me. No,
you need help, gamer?
I'm repairing, but you don't need to come out here and help me.
Okay.
Got 14 seconds. It's not really worth
yeah.
it. It's not really worth it. And
if I was already there, then
he got my tracks. I got 5 seconds. It was a small bomb, and it was right in front of me. So yeah. Okay, move.
Is this the legendary comeback?
Is this the ENC? You know? The ultimate
Another little bomb. No damage. He gave me a speed boost. I'm heading to B. Is anybody over there? We got time to get there. If you can decap A and I can decap B, we can stop this clock.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's something going to kill me on the way, but I'm going.
Oh, I thought that was
Arno
not
keeps
a
filling
German.
the air, which is great.
Oh, that wasn't German.
That's 2!
Yep.
And
Come on.
there's 3.
Okay.
Come on.
We're at parity.
Nice.
Now we are decapping B.
Oh, I hear.
Tell me if I should put artillery over that.
What? Why would a PA do that? Why? He bombed his own teammate. I mean,
Yeah,
why
well.
wouldn't you?
Because you don't care?
Yeah. And you know what? He spawned in the P8. He definitely doesn't care.
Yeah. I know if it's intentional team killing is getting much more punished now, so I don't know if that air attacks like that will count. Just killed him.
Oh, you're not there.
Yeah, put artillery on A if you can.
I am in a tiger. Sorry, I don't have artillery.
Okay.
Artillery.
I think there was somebody over here. Maybe I can get a good shot at him and kill him.
Come on. Yes. Yeah, come.
Oh, hello.
C is being kept. Are you able
Yeah,
to
yeah, and B. I got a PT-76 here. I got a few seconds to get my gunner back. I think I can get him then. I got him, but got me as well.
Fuck you. PD7. I don't have enough more spawn points.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to come back from this now. Sorry. Oh well. Close.
Right.
Can't see who's over there. See. Yeah, no. Taken.
That's 3.
Good, Arno. At least someone's doing good here. Okay, he's going to go hide behind the hills. Yeah, there's nothing.
I'm the best AA'er ever.
Oh, yeah.
Better than the aggro.
Niagara's muted right now.
Yeah.
That's why I said it.
That's why I said it, yes.
He's trying to poke till he is unmuted.
Yeah, Niagara is, or somebody is going to.
He's playing EU4 right now.
Oh, EU4.
Suffering.
Ooh, there's a sec. Ooh,
Yeah.
big target.
Chimoy.
Yeah, I'm not coming back in.
Got him. Number 4.
Yep, that's great. See? Get Arno on the air. Drive the air away.
Mm.
Okay. Yo, again. Oh, God. Well, I'm going south. Down C. I got sick of going north around A. But do
yeah,
what you
I'm also
will.
gonna
I
go
mean, do whatever you want to do the most here, because I'm like Toy Jet. I got sick of this map.
Fucking fantastic.
And whether it's just I don't know it well, which could be it's just that, or you know, I don't know, but or it's just a bad map. I'm not sure.
Hey, someone is in the 15 centimeters.
Hello, people out there on Rumble and Twitch. How you guys doing? And Twitter. I mean, and Kick. Right? Well, and
You know, I forget
On
Rumble
Twitter,
is a
yeah.
site that exists. You know.
well, I got
Yeah.
according to their thing. There's 10 people watching there now.
Dang, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Once in a while, we actually get an interaction with somebody out there. Hello, people. And most of these live streams get about 200 views over the 3 or 4 hours. You know, that just may be somebody checking out
Thank God you have the censored chat game, or else he would have just got banned.
Oh, where? On what?
The guy in the Words Thunder chat just said he hated.
Oh, that's an old thing that we've
Yeah.
banned several times. That for some reason we can't, because you're talking over on Kick.
Something wrong with Kick?
Well, no, it's that same I hate misspelled word.
Ah, yes.
And
that,
we keep deleting
that
it.
guy.
We keep deleting him. We no, but it's not he's banned. But for some reason, and I keep posting more messages. I'm trying to drive it off. I think we just I don't know if
Let me
No,
see.
this is in the War Thunder chat.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
What's on
where?
the
I
chat?
was saying it's a good thing. Yeah, I was saying it's a good thing that your War Thunder, your game is censored.
Oh and
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
something different. Okay.
Yeah, because someone in the War Thunder chat just said that. That's like gotta get you banned in an instant.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did say he was joking, but you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's something different.
No, that's someone else who said
Okay.
that. I
Oh,
think.
that's something different. Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You
something
scared
different
me,
than-
Harry.
Yeah. No, because there for some reason on one of the earlier streams on Kick, somebody said something and we banned it.
No!
And we've deleted it, but it keeps. It's not that he's coming back. It just for some reason keeps being put back there. Okay, putting artillery
damn
on
it.
your mark. Not gonna do any good, but
There's
getting artillery.
tank there and
It's
a
an
tank there.
M51. It
Well,
will
put
do
it
the
on there
squad.
first. one.
We both BT5s, so I can murder both childs. Well,
I was not expecting that for a War Thunder game. I was not mentally prepared for that to be in a chat. Oh, fun.
I would require some help because there are 5 BTs and a AIM-XL down that path, so a
Well,
lot
good.
of points and a lot of kills.
Yeah. I'm trying to flank hard. See if we can get some of them. One at a time, preferably. Sometimes the maps are good, you just need to learn them, and if you don't know them, they suck for you. Yeah, I figure there's a bunch over there. I'm up here, moving as you can see along the edge, and going to try to get around. Not saying I'm going to be successful, I'm just going to try to be, though. There is your Israeli M51. Fuck.
Why is no one...
What, Smitty?
Why
What?
is no one pushing that side?
Because no one wants to push that side because it's death.
Oh. Of course, because you're not doing anything against them. And of course it's fucking death. Destroy your worlds.
Oh yeah, when is that movie supposed to come out again?
Two here,
Destroy
two here.
your worlds, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, Oppenheimer.
Higher low, higher low.
You know, fun fact.
Okay, well, come on low.
Yeah, Truman. Truman called him a little crybaby bitch and said he didn't want to ever see him again.
What, Oppenheimer? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
Gamer,
something about
right
that.
here.
I'm coming around, I'm coming around.
There's
Oh.
two of them. Watch
Oh,
out.
that's why
I hear you. I'm coming. Stay alive if you can.
Oppenheimer and Barbie girls.
Okay.
Barbie girls memes.
One died. BT. The other one's coming around here looking at me. He tried for my barrel. He didn't get it. He's dead. Okay, 2 BTs down.
Thank you, gamer.
Sure, sure. Turn around. I'm gonna head for the point and at least decap, hopefully.
Teamwork. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You get him looking at you.
Teamwork. Where'd the dream work?
Oh, Michael Fox, it's been a while. How you doing? I'm doing very well. Hope you're doing well. Okay, we're decapping C. We were capping A, but got killed over there.
Repairing my truck, 28 seconds.
Was that a bomb or a ground target?
Bomb.
Okay. There's an English shot at me. I think over here. I see you. I see you. I see you. And I got you.
Oh, enemy close behind you, watch out.
I got one there. Is there another one alive still?
Yeah, I see something moving.
Okay. Oh, well, I got bombs. Just had a weekday off tomorrow and then back on Tuesday. Well, very good. We're of course here in
Who has
America.
to work on Tuesday?
Haha, bitch!
That
Well,
sounds
yeah,
like a terrible time.
Told you.
Well, some of these people are English, so.
Well, it sucks
And-
to be English. You guys
Yeah.
lost.
Wow.
It's so sad.
Oh,
Too
you guys
bad.
just reminded me to post that meme. Hold on.
Pretty sure Michael Fox is English, if I remember correctly. I don't remember everyone's everything, but I try to
Who's
remember
Michael
the people
Fox?
that hang out here.
Michael Fox.
Yeah, who is that?
One of
The
the
famous
viewers.
actor from Back of the
One of
Future
the
movies.
viewers.
Don't
That's
you remember?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember Niagara. And thank you for finally speaking after like 20 years.
What?
You were gone
Yeah.
for like
What?
a half hour plus.
Yeah, he says he's
Goddamn.
English. Yeah, I thought you were Michael. I just got up. Okay, V2 right here. Gotcha. Boom. He's dead.
He thought
Alright,
he
yeah,
was
That's
got it,
one who
Arnold.
killed me.
friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't have eyes on him until just before I killed him.
Also, you never answered my question, Niagara.
Okay. No. Not today, Josh. Maybe tomorrow. But I have different plans for my evening.
You mean your girlfriend?
No, she's not here. Not
Oh.
anymore.
Oh, I thought you meant your body pillow.
What did you do with her?
No one will ever know. I left
my-
no evidences.
Oh, so she's pregnant.
Well, that would be a big evidence, wouldn't it?
Jawohl!
It's a coincidence.
Oh, a coinkydink.
And oopsie whoopsie.
And oopsie whoopsie,
You
yeah.
made a
Oopsie,
fucking
it ripped.
Come on. He did fire. I can sneak. Oh, monkey. Come on. Shit, I fired. And I'm dead.
100% siege, but it didn't got it. Why don't you? Me not understand this game. Okay, you become my vessel.
Wait, this is a game?
But
It's not
isn't-
real?
It is not 4th of July, Arian. Oh. Yeah.
It's Happy International Fuck Britain month.
Well, as somebody said, the Declaration of Independence was actually signed on July 2nd, though it was dated July 4th for officialdom. But
Yeah, but we celebrate the 4th because that's when
I
it
know.
became official.
Right, yeah, I know, but it just this is like Happy International Fuck Britain month here, as Harry just posted. Yes. Oh, T-34, big American one, took me out. Be careful. Better take out his barrel first, because otherwise you ain't getting much.
Oh, credit him.
Oh, great.
Right there.
Yep. No, I'm out. Yeah. Oh, I'm come back in as AA, but I can't help you on that.
Oh yeah, when are
My
you,
God.
I
join
think I'm
Boomer?
out of the game.
Oh fuck.
So see ya.
Oh god.
So slot is open.
My gunner's
Okay.
out.
So I don't know who else wants to
BT shift
join,
to my
but
side.
Give me strong punches.
Thanks, Harry. I love this meme.
we have to have our day or two to stick it to the British.
No, it's a whole month.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Gamer,
but-
right here.
well,
From
all I got
all
is a
the
freaking
former
AA. What
colonies.
am I gonna do about it? What do you got here?
Well,
I mean,
kill it.
if it's
It's lightly armored. It's lightly armored, gamer.
okay, okay, I'm coming.
Help.
I'm coming. I'm fine. I'm covered. I'm okay. He's dead.
The second one here,
Is it lightly
also
armored?
lightly armored.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting shot at from the AA aircraft I was just shooting at. Okay.
Oh, I got him.
Okay. Oh, bomb. Oh, damn. Okay. Well,
Repairing. 28 seconds.
you got any plans for the? No plans for the 4th. Not worth spawning back in just a few seconds.
Gamer. We
Yeah?
had a thing here called Freedom Fest
Okay.
yesterday, and we had a bunch of fireworks
Goddamn.
and a country music concert from some people I don't know.
Right.
And basically a big family event for all the soldiers.
Well, cool.
Oh, so you don't threaten veterans always bad. That's nice to hear.
We don't what? I didn't hear you, Niagara.
I know. You don't speak corporate.
No, I seriously didn't hear you because sounds.
Okay. Sometimes Reddit is flown by pictures from homeless guys from the US, and it's most of the times it's veterans, and they're mocking it up like, well, they sent you to war with great rewards, and when you come back, you are on the street.
Yeah. Well, that's for people who didn't have a plan when they get out most of the time.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll be
Yes.
right back.
Okay, well, we're going in. Do you want me to cancel? We'll cancel.
Give
We'll wait
me
for Arno to be
money.
right back. Yeah. You got automated. Speaking of, did you something auto modded? You got auto modded? What's? Oh, let me. Niagara or Arno left. Let me open up. I'm watching on the other feed here. Oh, well, I
Are
don't
you
see
gonna
anything
invite
here.
me to the game sometime soon, Gamer?
I'm wait. Arno said he's going to be back, so Arno left, so I got out of it. So I don't know what you got auto modded. Yeah, I've got this thin skin stick as much as you want. Got this thick skin stick. Oh, thick skin stick. Okay, I should read that better, shouldn't I? As much as you want, yeah. Oh, I'm joking, of course, but I'm serious, of course, as well. We get our own Brits and their stupid foreigner German monarch. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm no big fan of the Georges, as anybody should know by my tag.
There are the Windsors. There are no more Germans. This is
Yeah.
a totally English family now.
In 1917, they changed their name from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha to Windsor. In 1917.
Yeah, so that makes over 100 years of successful English royalship, right?
Well, they
Right.
only did that.
I mean,
to get away
The
from
English
Europe.
name, the English language is known as Anglo-Saxon.
Well,
Yeah,
before
there is an
Germanic.
Anglo-Saxon language, but the
Which is
Gotha
just
line,
broken
yeah.
English, you know.
No, it's pre-English. It's pre-English. We were talking about it earlier. How it takes the Normans to come in and create English.
Ah, finally. Thank you. Okay.
We need that French language.
The Normans, which
influence.
were just Germanic Frenchmen.
No, they were Norse
I'm back.
Frenchmen. Norse Frenchmen. Okay,
Yeah,
we're going back.
Norse or Germanic.
Sorry.
Well, I separate them out. They're different cultural groups. They're similar, yes. One prays to Odin, the other prays to Woden, but which is basically the same god, slightly different pronunciation as far as I can tell. Because Neptune and Poseidon are different gods. They're not the same god of the sea that the Romans want to claim is. Oh, it's just this. Romans went around and Zeus is same as Juno or something. No, Juno and Zeus are two very different gods. If you look at their whole stories, their whole pantheon beliefs, but the Romans wanted to match everything up.
A, B, or C?
I'm going A. I'm going A.
What take?
Any special
Panther.
4th of July
BK.
stream you're gonna do?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
We might have more fireworks here on base. I don't know.
Well, there's going to be fireworks all over here. I mean, up in the sky here.
Ooh, fireworks.
They're banned on the ground, but they'll happen anyway as well, even though they're banned on the ground. But
Why is it? What? Why are they banned?
well, I mean, you can't buy
Probably
fireworks
fire
and do
hazards.
fireworks yourself. It's only the city and other corporations that do big sky
You
fireworks.
can't buy fireworks yourself. How
Not in
fucking
California.
communist is
Eh, eh.
California?
They've
California.
been pretty communist after Reagan left.
Mao would walk around and be shocked. What are you talking about?
Communist.
You could at least buy fucking.
Nah.
God damn it. I just
okay.
hate California even
Most
more.
okay. Anything that anything that okay, you can. It's more complicated than a simple answer. It used to be when I was a kid, more than half the cities you could buy and use fireworks in. A lot of counties, and it's really more banned at county and city levels. But statewide things that go up into the air, like bottle rockets and flat out explosives like firecrackers. I mean, they don't have to be big explosions, just some sort of explosive. Those have long been state banned. But little simple shit. Yeah, good, thank you. A little simple shit, like fountains and other sparklers, had been legal for a lot until the 90s, and then most everywhere fully banned that stuff as well. So it's not impossible to, if you know what city to go in, but I know that most of the cities that are immediately around here, I think like Hawaiian Gardens or someplace like that, you can still legally get and light off, but it's mostly banned. It's not a... Okay, somebody can kill this guy up there. I can't. I'm immobile and can't get my gun on him.
Okay.
California,
And-
yes. I'd rather learn
yeah.
German any day than French when I was at school. Yeah, I hear you.
Hey,
But
speaking
we will
surrender
talk-
monkey isn't so bad.
Yeah, because werewolf here is descended of French people.
I can
Not-
make fun of it because
Well, we can make fun of it too. We can make fun of
Yeah.
anything. We can
yeah,
make
but
fun
I
of.
have more of a right.
No, we have the right because
Just
you're the
like
fucking
Yago
surrender
has
monkey.
more of a right to make fun of Germans.
No. You see, you are, I know, a product of this modern age, but I disagree with this modern age. It's not I get to make fun of it because it's my group of people. I can make fun equally of anybody. I am an old person. We used to believe in free speech and free expression. So that is
There's no
not.
such thing as free speech in this modern age.
Well, this is why I disagree. Like I said, I disagreed with the modern age. Didn't I state that clearly enough? So yeah.
Well, I'm not saying I agree with it either. I'm just
Well, I'm not.
making
But
fun.
no, but you periodically I get sentiments that not that you're not of the left, but you do sort of have some of these modern.
I'm independent. I
Yeah,
don't
okay,
care about either side. Either side is wrong. There's pieces and parts that I like from both sides.
Okay, yeah, and
Both
that's
sides are
actually a
more
very
truthful,
very
yeah.
good attitude to have, but and I quite honestly have the same attitude. but I have one issue
Oh,
that I don't give,
Got
or
him.
that is my hardcore issue, which that is firearms. And so far, the Democrats have never been satisfactory. So, however bad the Republicans may be, and whatever few policies of the Democrats that I may actually like at times, will never get them for me to vote for them because of the firearms issue. So
Which policies are that?
I'm not going to go into it right now, but it's just over the years, periodically. I mean, different little things that the Democrats have liked, and I can go back to because, again, I'm old and I worked in the Republican Party back in the 80s. Okay. And so that there are religious moral majority types that would want to,
building.
yeah, want to ban anything that might be pornographic or all
What
this
do you
other
think
stuff.
about current?
And I've never been for
veteran
some
affairs?
of that. What was that
'Cause I
again?
know,
I didn't hear
I
you.
know
What
the
was
current veteran affairs,
Right here.
that? Yeah, I'm trying to shoot at
like
that thing.
veteran-related politics, gamer, because I know the current Republican Party has definitely not helped it.
Well, okay. I can't. Right now I can't speak intelligently on. You say current Republican Party. Well, Republican elected leaders. I don't know what they've done to hurt specifically differently than voting just generally with the Democrats that have specifically hurt veteran affairs. I don't know, so I can't speak on that issue with any intelligence. I think on the military and the Democrats, they want to treat the military as an experimental institution, and that goes back to I remember to the 70s of and I'm not I'm not talking like to fight wars. I'm talking about promoting different policies in the military, and some of that, yes, is gay rights, some of it is other things that they're more concerned about that than, say, fighting functionality of the military or some such thing. I don't know who it was, which party, or was it both parties, that blocked a move to allow veterans to get services outside of the veterans system and have the Veterans Administration pay for it or something that they were pushing for. I think that's still blocked.
The recent debt ceiling bill had a Republican clause in it that cut a lot of benefits to veterans care. And a lot of those benefits were paying for people who have disabilities because of the military.
Right. Don't doubt that.
So it screws people who are disabled because of the military.
Okay, now let me let me ask, and again,
But
I
there's
can't speak.
reason behind that too.
Oh, okay,
Medicare is
okay,
already going to bankrupt the union. We don't need to expand it any
hold
further.
on, Ari. I want to ask this because again, I can't speak to that bill intelligently, but I think you might generally agree that the current education system in America sucks. Would that be a general agreement statement?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, to fix it, should we spend more money on education?
On certain parts of it, yes.
Okay. Now, do you understand when we used to spend, and even adjusted for inflation, massively less than we currently spend, we had a better education system?
I mean, it depends on
by any
Well,
metrics you want to measure it, the education system was better when we spent less money on it. The education system, by any metrics you wish to measure, before we created the Department of
the fuck?
Education, the education level in the education system is better now, or it was better then than since we created the Department of Education. By any measurable metrics that anybody has ever come up with, the current system is worse now than it was before creating the Department of Education. So,
Yeah, but culture was also different then too. Culture changes with time.
because was it changed because of the Department of Education changing the education system and fucking the culture up?
I would disagree that
Well, I know
came
that was a
from
question. That was a question.
education.
The problem
Well,
is the government
folk,
bureaucracy. the more we
Werewolf Man
spend, the higher
has
the prices
okay.
go
I don't
up.
know if he's a progressive or not because that's an interesting topic. There's two ways in politics to use the term progressive. One is sort of the progressive party. The other one believes in the idea of progress on man, that somehow the other man is getting better, is making and I don't mean just technological progress. I mean social progress. And man is getting to be a better man. That's a bigger question than the moment. So in my opinion, I want to fix the education system. I want the education system is better, but I think, just basically we should, and this is at the city, state, and federal level, let's cut 75% of the budget out from the education system, and we will get a better education system. So I am not sure that spending more money will make I'm not sure, maybe, and I don't know what they were trying to cut on this. So again, I'm not talking about the particular bill with any intelligence. But what I'm saying is maybe we need to cut benefits to the department. So, or not cut but not necessarily cut benefits to the soldier, but cut benefits to the department so that it gets leaner, meaner, and better functioning. And it's not always more dollars, more better. So that's I guess my answer is I don't equate how much you spend on a thing on its betterness or worseness. And if it's just cutting budget, maybe they get rid of half of the Veterans Affairs hospitals out there because they are not efficient, not serving their community well enough, and just pay for veterans to go use the standard health care. That's what I was sort of talking about before, is that you couldn't take your benefits from the Veterans Department and go use it at a standard hospital. They block that. And I'm going, and some people say, well, veterans hospitals know veterans issues better than standard. Yes, they probably do. But a lot of people that live rurally were going, hey, there's a local hospital to me that can do I don't know, chemotherapy or do whatever they wanted to do. But no, because they were part of the veteran system, they had to travel a distance to get the medical service at a veterans hospital. So, and I live very near a veterans hospital, and it's supposedly a very good one. Obviously I don't use its services, and so it's probably a good thing to have because it's in a very large metropolitan system. It probably has very many veterans locally that it can service. But if you were to go to Stockton, California, you don't probably know where that is because it's somewhere sort of small and you've never heard of it. You probably don't need a veterans hospital there, and you also don't need them having to travel to a larger California city where there is a veterans hospital to get the same services. You just have them go up at a local hospital and have the Veterans Administration pay for it. And so they might cut funding to then actually improve services. So that's, I guess,
See,
my answer.
what I mean in the sense is spend more in particular pieces. For example, infrastructure. Like in my hometown of Buckfield, Maine, we got more money into the infrastructure of building things like outdoor classrooms or stuff like that in that general sense where we could learn outside. And
Right.
benefit different groups of people's learning abilities.
Right. Okay. I understand that. When people talk about spending money on infrastructure, um,
No one wants to
uh,
spend money on
in
infrastructure
a
because it's
major
not sexy.
in a
That's the way
major
to put it.
in a major you know school district, here in California, here, the one that which I live in, um, has more administrators than it does teachers. More people sitting in offices, and they even contracted, and it's miles away from any local school. Um, one or two floors, I know at least one floor, and it was in the office building that I used to have an office in. That they contracted and rented out an office floor level to put some of these workers in, because they were expanding the administrators of the school district. So, and I don't believe they need more than, say, 25% of these administrators for the school system, and they would all call that infrastructure, and paying for the office space for these people infrastructure. So I think all these budgets, and again, you may be very right that the money that they spent, and your local district may be doing things very smartly and doing it very intelligently, because it does happen once in a while that they choose to do good, proper expenditures with their money. But I see so much of the situation where they don't, and so more money does not, to me, or cutting funds. Like, here's a good one in the military. They finally cut the funds to making those damn littoral combat ships that Congress was putting money into, that the Navy didn't want to. Well, cutting the Navy's funding for that doesn't mean that they're hurting the Navy. It means they're actually making the Navy better, because they were spending money on in bad systems, things that don't work. So, yeah, I hear you, but
Yeah, the difference in our districts is your district is what you're saying in a major city or a major area,
yeah,
which
so
is
it's a major
very
city.
liberal.
Major city with
Mine
nearly
is
a
in a
million
very
people.
Republican area.
Oh
in
God, no,
a
God, no.
rural area.
I mean, if you don't think Karl Marx is reasonably good, you are a bad person in this area with these people. So yeah, no, they are left as all hell.
Yeah, it depends on the district, because districts, depending on their policies, spend money very differently.
Oh yeah, exactly. But meaning I'm not, again, I didn't look at the bill. I might agree with the Republicans wanting to cut that money for the Veterans Administration, because I think it's being spent wrongly. And you may go, well, but I'm a veteran and I want support. Well, too bad. You need to spend it right, and if you're not going to spend it right, we're going to cut it, or we're not going to vote for it. And you get to that point that you just can't vote for something, even though there's good stuff in it, because there's too much bad. It's sort of like, hey, well, they didn't vote for veterans spending bill. Oh, but there was a banning gun bill attached to it. Sometimes they attach poison pills, but even within that, they might have thought it was.
What I'm saying is they attached a poison pill from the Republicans against veterans.
Well, yeah, well, they may have, because maybe something else in that bill was too bad for them. Was
from what you said, it doesn't even directly target veterans. It indirectly does it because they're not increasing Medicare. And if you ask me, that's a good thing, because Medicare
Well, no,
is a
I'm
cancer.
not saying it's cutting funding from them. Like, in the way it cuts funding is it raises, if you make so much amount of money per household as a veteran, even if most of that money is from your wife because she's a nurse, you get cut funding for your disability pay to help you live.
Right. Okay. Now,
as a normal, somewhat
that
human.
That exists in all aspects of it. That affects everyone. Even just basic married couples draw less from the government if they're married as opposed to separated.
Right, and the now the question is if your family, because we're looking at a family unit here, and of course you encourage family, but if you have a family unit, is there an income level or a wealth level that, in cash, that you're wealthy enough that you should no longer get government benefits, including veterans benefits? Like if you're making $1 million a year, Werewolf, do you think the government should pay for your health care?
No, but
Okay,
this is
so
putting it in 100,000, like literally
Well,
100,000.
right, and
We're
yeah, right, and okay, so we're arguing over what the threshold should be, and 100,000 for people living in Oklahoma is a hell of a lot of money coming in a year. 100,000 here in Southern California is only just an okay amount of money here.
If you have
So
100K here, you can have a fucking mansion, own like
right,
hundreds of acres of land and everything.
right, exactly, and so it depends on where you are and where you live. That is meaningful. And I know my dad's pay, because he worked for the Defense Department, varied or would vary depending on where he lived. And since he did live in Southern California at the time, it was for his pay grade, it was the highest you could be paid, because again, he was living in a high cost of living area. Where if he had been doing the same job with the same G level, different G9, G11, whatever, G level, and living in Oklahoma, he would have probably been making 10 or 20% less, just because the cost of living was less than in Oklahoma. So there are variations to that within the government, and I understand you're looking out after your own interests. There is, to a point, you have to understand that there's only so much money. And Werewolf, you gotta understand, it is more important to take care of the El Salvadorian refugee than it is to help American veterans. So if we get to a budget ceiling limit, if we've got to cut somewhere, we're going to cut your benefits and not that El Salvadorian. So you got to understand that and accept that as the modern reality here. So
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it's coming from it's not coming from the Democrats, it's coming from the Republicans. Which the Republicans are what most vets tend to lean towards.
Please understand one thing, and I know you're young because I've watched this before. And I'm talking of elected leaders, not the voters or whatever. Of the elected leaders, the Republicans are the most hated, because all the Democrats hate them, and 60% of the Republicans hate them, the voters. So
I think the Republican Party is filled with cowards.
Yeah. So we all agree that the Republicans are, as a whole, because I can point out a few that I particularly like, and Ari would probably point out a few that he particularly liked, and the list may not match up. But we think they're shit. Okay, we think they're crap. The only thing worse is the Democrats, and they're just so much worse. Again, like I say, I have one issue, which is firearms. If I didn't think the Democrat Party, was ideologically bent on banning my firearms, I would maybe at times have considered Republican politicians over particular favored some Democrats over particular Republicans. But because of the firearms, and I know that even if you get a Democrat from Aries part of the world who owns machine guns, by the time they get to Congress, they'll be caucusing with the rest of Democrats and have to fall in line on the gun issue. So I have to vote for the Republicans, or there's nothing better. So during the primaries is where I used to vote for the one I wanted to win, and then who I liked the best, and then I would vote for the least bad, which would be the Republicans in the general election. That we no longer have primaries in California, so that is no longer an option for me. So that's one of the reasons I'm thinking about leaving the state. Well, guys, I think we're going to need to call this a day here.
Already?
Already? It's been 3 hours. Good play.
I haven't even played one game with y'all.
Well, yeah, well, you hung out with us.
One more.
No, well, everybody's
Yeah.
left, so yeah. So, but
One
yeah,
more term. One more term.
no, the VA won't cut your disability pay if you make too much. Task in progress, March 23rd, folks says in chat. Well, okay, I don't know. And again, I'm not avoiding an opinion on the issue. I'm avoiding the issue because I don't have enough information to give an intelligent opinion on the particular thing. And like I say, whether it's the veterans or education or anything else, more money does not necessarily, when it comes to the government, mean better. And sometimes cutting something improves it. So yeah, okay, guys,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, ZZ. Thank you, Werewolf, Niagro, Jan, Arno, of course. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone out there on Rumble, Twitter, YouTube. Muhab, yep, thank you. See you next week, everybody.